Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're on to our next fight of the evening. A highly anticipated fight. There's some bad blood here. We've got James the Rascal Reece versus Dave Bull, a featherweight fight. James Reece coming into the cage here first. He's just arrived back actually from America, where he's been out there working as a football coach, so he's had some great time to train. Unfortunately for as you may expect, being in America, he's had some tough time making weight today. It was extremely difficult. He had numerous attempts, and he was extremely exhausted from that. It's a very challenging process to cut weight, especially from where he was. Anyway, here he is tonight. We hope he's had enough time to rehydrate, build up some energy. It's only a short amount of time, but it can be done. We'll soon find out. Rascal's a fighter we've seen a number of times. We last saw him out against Josh Simpson. Though he didn't win, he put in a strong performance. Caught Simpson with a big hook. Almost dropped Simpson, but Simpson did well to come back. One thing we know about Rascal, he loves a bit of trash talking, and you know, he's not let us down. We'll certainly look forward to seeing what he's able to do, see if he can improve. He's a great striker, and I think that's where he's going to look to keep the fight. But a difficult opponent in Dave Bull. Dave Bull is another fighter coming out of FCPC. We'll have a quick chat about him later, but we'll just let James Reece come into the ring and get himself established. We'll soon find out whether or not he's had that time.
He's just a rascal, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just a rascal.
He looks like his usual self. It's good to see.
And his opponent, fighting out of the right corner, he's welcome, Dave Bull.
So, Dave Bull making his entrance into the cage. Mentioned just previously that Dave Bull fights under Martin Stapleton, so as we've seen with all of the FCPC guys, we know they're going to come and they're going to bring him. But Dave Bull is a blue belt BJJ, and he's been training for 7 years. Made a switch into MMA 5 years ago, so the guy's got a lot of experience in the training side. He's had 4 fights, so he's going to come in. He's not going to be fazed by this big environment. I just chatted to him earlier. He was confident about his boxing as well, so he's happy to trade. I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing to do against Rascal, because where we've seen Rascal as most dangerous is when he's boxing. He likes a dirty fight. I would think Dave Bull would be wise to avoid that. I'm sure Martin Stapleton's going to say, look, test him out. If you're happy, if you feel you've got it, then go for it. But you know, remember, you've got your strength. Dave Bull, I'd like to give a shout out because he's actually had a baby about 7 months ago, so he's got a new family, so massive congratulations to him. He said to me, you know, he's been training intensively, and that's obviously going to be difficult, so he wants to really make a mark here.
So ladies and gentlemen, the 11th round of the evening for the 3-minute rounds in the 66kg category. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He has a mixed martial arts record of 2 victories and 5 defeats. An independent fighter, James Reece. And his opponent, fighting out of the right corner. He has a mixed martial arts record of 3 victories and 1 defeat. Representing FCPC from Rascal, Dave Bull. Referee in charge of the action is Paul Crossley.
Referee Paul Crossley calling the 2 fighters in for final instructions. Brad Wharton, Iron Jets Cook here in the commentary position. FCC5, it's James the Rascal Reece, an FCC favourite, against a very dangerous opponent in Dave Bull. And this one is underway. Touch of gloves. Bull takes the centre of the cage. Bull, the much shorter, compact man, immediately closes the distance as Reece tries to throw some strikes, but it's Bull with a big takedown and Reece having to pull guard. Reece trying to pull guard, but Bull works his way into the half guard position.
Yeah, being bullish there, he's able to pull out well.
Bullish. Dave Bull being bullish.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Right. That just happened.
that just happened, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, Dave Bull moved well into a mount position there. He's got Rascal in a nice position, but Rascal is benefiting. He's up against the cage, so he can explode out here. He's just biding his time. He tries to do it there, but not quite able to shrug Bull off there.
James Reece had a very difficult weight cut this morning, so we've got to see how that factors into his performance here. I'm sure he'll be fine in the early stages, but as this fight wears on, we're going to have to see how that goes for James Reece. But at the moment, cardio's not an issue. The issue is he's got Dave Bull in the mount, raining down big shots, and he's booking, but he can't seem to find the way out from this position, Jez.
No, Dave Bull looks solid here. I touched on it earlier about his you know, he's a blue belt. He's going to be a serious guy, a serious threat on the ground. So, you know, he's no joke. And now he's got the hooks and he's on the back. And this is a very, very dangerous position for James Reece. He's flattened his opponent out now.
Dave Bull sinking that arm in. He's got the rear naked choke in tight here. It's under the chin.
It's only a matter of time.
James Reece hanging on, but he taps out, and Dave Bull gets a quick submission here.
And James Reece extremely disappointed. He's had a tough time today, and I'm sure he's going to be really frustrated with that. But you know, extremely tough opponent, Dave Bull. You know, he's a solid guy. You know, he's got some great experience. He comes in here with a great camp, and you know, he's going to make a mark on the featherweight division. I'm very sure of that.
Absolutely. You know, we've been hearing the whole time, Dave Bull is no joke. He's a very, very tough opponent, and you got to credit James Reece as well. James Reece never takes easy fights. He fights tough guys, and he's not had the results go his way, but not a lot of people do when they constantly fight in that level's opposition. Anyway, we go now to Jonathan Miller to make this one official.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute 37 seconds of the first round, your winner by rear naked choke, Dave Bull! And let's hear it for James Reece.